I'm looking for the director.
the power of the joy within, of the hope, of the faith, all in this moment of joy and bitter sweetness. And so we gather this morning devoted to our deepest principles of loving robustly this world and each other. Welcome to All Souls, where all souls are welcome. You are joyfully called to worship. If you are here for the first time, what a lucky day you have landed on. I invite you to raise your hand so we can welcome you if you're here for the first time. Oh, I see. There is a child. Let us always remember to welcome the stranger among us. Those of you in the online pews, if today is your first time, let us know in the chat so we may welcome you. We are continuing with elbows for passing of the peace, and so let us share the peace we hold in our hearts with those who surround us. Peace be with you all. Let us make a joyful noise.
Good morning. So on this special occasion, we extend a warm welcome to Reverend Caitlin's family. They're in the front row, as it should be. And so her husband Nathan is here, her mother Meg, and her sister Megan, and of course her children Liam and Michaela. And I actually had the pleasure of spending some time with Caitlin's family at Ferry Beach this past summer when Nathan actually sang an original song for us. And Caitlin's family, though, usually on Sunday attends the UU congregation in Hamden, Connecticut. But every once in a while, Liam and Michaela would bless us with their presence at All Souls. And, as Caitlin knows, I always looked forward to those times. They are two bright, kind, and funny kids. And this morning, it is my pleasure to call them forward to light our chalice, the symbol of Unitarian Universalism. Now, as you may be aware, Unitarian Universalists like words, big words often. This means that our theology sometimes needs translation for children, and really the adults too. So when she was religious educator here at All Souls, Caitlin wanted the children to know our 7 UU principles and figured out that the best way to have anything sink in is to sing it. Thank you. So she created a simple song to the tune of Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star that captured our principles. And we are going to sing that song as our chalice lighting words. So please join me. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Are you ready? Everyone matters, always be kind, speak truth freely and respect mine. Each vote counts when justice is our goal. Care of the earth connects us to our soul. Now you know what we believe. Won't you be you with me? Very good. Okay, now each week we light a candle of gratitude, and you'll never guess who we're directing the gratitude at today. So I'd like to call forward Kiana and Kyle to do the candle of gratitude.
Right here. No, right, yeah. Don't listen to me. Right.
Good morning. It has been an honor to speak on behalf of Reverend Caitlin's ministry. Words can't describe how incredibly grateful I am to have an amazing mentor like her. 10 years ago, when Caitlin had first arrived to All Souls, I hid from her behind chairs. She then began to play along every time she would enter Unity Hall. This and every other time I have been with her has never failed to put a smile on my face. She presents so much care and empathy for every single person she knows. Every time I have had a conversation with her, I feel heard, understood, and treated well. She has gone above and beyond just to make sure that I am okay. She has made many phone calls to check in with me when I was going through something. She supported me by coming to watch me play lacrosse. She filled in as my special friend when something came up with my original one. She recommended me to an amazing physical therapist that helped me heal when no other ones could. She didn't have to do any of this, and yet she did because of how truly awesome and selfless she is. I am so incredibly grateful to have this care, as I know I can go to her if absolutely anything comes up. In an email she sent to me, she said, "You weathered hard things and celebrated the fun things, all while being your true self. And Caitlin, this is exactly what you have done these past 10 years. It has been a gift to listen to your important words, watch you sing, dance, laugh, and smile while being your true self. Thank you for everything, Caitlin. We love you so much."
Good morning. Well, when I was first asked by Carolyn to speak about how Caitlin has touched my life, I felt a little bit overwhelmed. I mean, how do you do that when it's Caitlin? But I'll try. 3 years ago, my ex-husband, who was my best friend, died. Even though he was my ex-husband, he was my best friend. I really didn't have family support at the time, the day of John's memorial service. Caitlin not only came to the service, but she participated in the service, lighting the chalice and doing a reading. And of course, she sat with me in the comfort of just being. She and Betsy Fox, of course, with sweets in tow, were my rock that day, and I am so grateful. Caitlin has taught me what it means to turn to you, dear souls. It is easy to look at the ministers for all we need, but Caitlin has modeled what it means to participate in shared ministry, to minister to each other. Through the Pastoral Visitors Program, I find honor in sitting with someone in their grief or laughing with someone who has been crying for months before. Thank you, Caitlin, for being a model of ministry, love, and service. So missed you will be, but oh, how your ministry will carry us on.
Thank you so much to the choir. What a beautiful selection, Catherine. And you, I think you've never sounded more beautiful. Kiddos, spectacular. It's so good to see you out in front. Thank you for your hard work. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. So the story this morning is one called The Invisible String. And it is a story about the ways that we stay connected even when we are apart. And I thought, of course, that it would be a good one for this occasion. Liza and Jeremy, the twins.
Are you?
What?
Okay, go ahead.
Are we good? Testing, testing. Hello, hello. Oh, there we are. This wasn't working a little bit ago. Okay, here we go. Are you ready? I hear lots of pages wildly turning here.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Liza and Jeremy, the twins, were asleep one calm and quiet night. Suddenly it began to rain very hard. Thunder rumbled until it got so loud that it woke them up. "Mommy," they cried out as they ran to her.
Don't worry, you two. It's just the storm making all that noise. Go back to bed.
We want to stay close to you. We're scared.
You know we're always together, no matter what.
But how can we be together when you're out here and we're in bed?
Mom held something right in front of them and said,
This is how.
rubbing their sleepy eyes, the twins came closer to see what Mom was holding.
I was your age when my mother first told me about the invisible string. People who love each other are always connected by a very special string made of love.
But if you can't see it, how do you know it's there?
Well, even though you can't see it with your eyes, you can feel it with your heart and know that you're always connected to everyone you love. When you're at school and you miss me, because you know you do, your love travels all the way along the string until I feel it tug on my heart.
And when you tug it right back, we feel it in our hearts. Do best friends have an invisible string?
Best friends, too.
How far can the string reach?
Anywhere and everywhere.
Would it reach me even if I were a submarine captain deep in the ocean?
Yep, even there.
A ballerina in France?
We even there.
How about an astronaut out in space?
Yes, even there.
Does the string go away when you're mad at us?
Give me a minute. No, never, never. Love is stronger than anger, and as long as love is in your heart, the string will always be there.
And with that, Mom chased the twins back to their beds. Within a few minutes, they were asleep, even though the storm was still making the same loud noises outside. And as they slept, they started dreaming of all the invisible things they have and all the strings their friends have, and the strings their friends have, and their friends have, until everyone in the world was connected by invisible strings. No one is ever alone. So ends our story. So ends our story.
So now I'm going to ask the 7th to 9th grade Our Whole Lives class and children 3rd grade and younger to head out to their special activities. Although you are there, we will still feel you in our hearts here. And Catherine is going to help lead us in Trees of the Field.
Shall go out with joy and be led forth with peace. The mountains and the hills will break forth before you. There'll be shouts of joy and all the trees of the field will clap their hands. And all the trees of the field will clap their hands. The trees of the field will clap their hands. The trees of the field will clap their hands while you go out with joy.
Thank you. Thank you, Catherine. In preparing for this service of gratitude and farewell, I wanted to make sure that Caitlin prepared herself. I told her that this morning was basically going to be a lengthy love letter to her, which is unusual for a worship service because we're not worshiping Caitlin, but what we are doing is unabashedly opening our hearts to love, which is an indication of the way this congregation strives to express gratitude and welcome and care. And we do so that when the church leaves the building, the world is touched by our love. So settle in, Caitlin, oh humble one. A few weeks ago, in a beautiful sermon that Caitlin gifted to all of us, she shared the story of she and I, and indeed, All Souls, began our shared ministry. Kyle, I so appreciate that you highlighted that in your words. I don't know where you are, but thank you for that. Thank you for that. What she didn't say is that the conversation, one could hardly call it an interview, lasted for over 2 hours. The quality of that sit-down was how I knew that All Souls would be served well by Reverend Caitlin O'Brien for the year that she agreed to be the acting minister of religious education. That she has so well served for 10 years is a blessing I wouldn't have dared to dream. It was satisfying enough in that moment to know she'd be with us for a year, a critical year. Our original agreement rested on, let's see how this goes. And it just kept going well. Better and richer and more joyful as 1 year spooled out to the next. Which isn't to say the years have been completely without tension. Some of the best fights of my life, in fact, have been in the ring with Caitlin O'Brien, the heavyweight champ of argument. It's true. But here's the thing. None of them ended without each of us offering the other sincere assurances of our devotion to each other and to the ministry we have shared. It is a rare feature of any relationship and a feature for which I am deeply, deeply grateful. I'm not going to look at you anymore. But like all of you, I am deeply grateful for so many features of Caitlin's ministry, and here are just a few. One of Sean's ministries here at All Souls is the exquisite photography that he gifts to us. In going through dozens of your photos, Sean, I was struck by the number of times Caitlin is pictured squatting down to speak to another soul. Take a look. Now, she doesn't do this because she is so beautifully tall. Caitlin does this because nothing means more to her than connecting with people heart to heart. This gesture is one of humility, respect, and her sincere desire to know the person who is fixed in her steady gaze. Her ability to connect with others is her greatest strength as a minister. In fact, there are souls in the online pews who have only experienced Caitlin from away, from this vantage point. And still, several of you have commented over the course of the last 2 years on the ways Caitlin's ministry has touched you. One cannot help but be moved by her ability to connect heart to heart. But if one concludes that Caitlin's pastoral ministry is all rainbows and scenes shot in soft light and focus, you would be very, very wrong. What is also true about Caitlin O'Brien is that she is intense. One could say fierce. On behalf of the greater good, or on behalf of a single soul's well-being, she will learn as much as she can about the problem if there is a problem. She will investigate, she will research, she will consider any given dilemma from every possible angle so that when she sets out to advocate on behalf of a cause or to minister to a congregant, she is fully prepared. And if things don't go the way that she had hoped, she just as carefully considers why not. Her tenacity is awe-inspiring, largely because love is what fuels that tenacity. Case in point. At the start of the shutdown in 2020, our greatest concern was that no soul would feel alone, adrift, or disconnected. We knew that pastoral care in that moment, aren't we adorable? In that moment, little did we know how long that moment was going to last. That pastoral care, however, in that moment and since would be crucial. And in no time, Caitlin devised a plan for which every soul would be contacted every other week at first. She organized the caring team and assigned a list of souls to each. She offered suggestions for framing the check-ins to be neither too intrusive nor unnecessarily standoffish. She kept track of every bit of news and feedback. There is a spreadsheet. And you're all on it. To this day, if I am wondering about any soul, I need only to ask her. And she knows when that soul was last contacted and by who and how they are doing. That's what tenacious, caring, and loving ministry looks like. All Souls has been blessed with 10 years of that quality of ministry. For the first 6 years, Caitlin guided the faith formation ministry in this manner. She came to know, as Kiana so beautifully described, the children and youth and their families in ways great and small. She came to know them in great ways, great and small, tending not only to the lessons in the classroom, but also how those lessons would translate to lessons in life itself. When she then discerned a tug to a different form of ministry within All Souls, she brought that same commitment to a broader pastoral care. Her responsibilities expanded to include creating meaningful worship here at All Souls. Every detail of the worship services she's led have been creatively imagined, beautifully considered, and then meticulously executed. She has uplifted, challenged, and fortified us, not only in the pulpit, but also in the classroom, at the meeting table, and at the kitchen table. And it's been so much fun. As the sappy song goes, it is the laughter we will remember whenever we remember. But it's true, sappiness aside, so much laughing. Your warmth and your laughter is such a gift, not only to the congregation, but to the team of colleagues of which you are a part. Your colleagues can hardly imagine a weekly worship planning committee, or anything, really, without you. Perry can't stop saying this over and over and over again. I can't imagine what this is going to be like without her, over and over again. We're getting a little tired of it. While the rest of us are trying so hard to put on a brave face, right, Catherine, right, Jesse, Bill, so we're trying to put on a brave face. This one is like stamping his feet. I can't imagine this without her. Recently, at one of those worship planning meetings, together we wondered about a story for all ages that would capture the feeling of this moment, children's literature being my sacred scripture. And Jesse suggested the final chapter of The House at Pooh Corner. You may remember it. It begins, Christopher Robin was going away. Nobody knew why he was going. Nobody knew where he was going, but somehow or other, everyone in the forest felt that it was happening at last. Things were going to be different. So that's the overarching feeling at All Souls right about now. Things are going to be different. We are, after all, releasing Caitlin from her ministerial covenant with All Souls, a covenant that she has upheld with integrity. All Souls and so many of us who are part of this communion, we are different. We are all different, changed for Caitlin's ministry. Lucky us. But now comes the hard part, the fare thee well. The knowing that change is once again upon us, as change will be upon us again and again here at All Souls and there in our lives. How do we properly say goodbye? We go back to the forest. The story continues. They all went off to Christopher Robin's house. Hello, everybody, said Christopher Robin. Hello, Pooh. They all said hello and felt awkward and unhappy suddenly because it was a sort of goodbye they were saying and they didn't want to think about it. Don't we totally understand how Christopher Robin's friends simply don't want to think about it? But part of what we try to learn together here is how to not only accept change, but how to embrace it. Great intention has been poured into this farewell so that Caitlin, after all, will leave knowing that we will be better for her ministry and we will be okay after she leaves, and that she will be better for courageously following her ministerial call in the direction it is now taking her. And still, and by, Christopher Robin came to an end of the things and was silent. And he sat there looking out at the world and wishing it would not stop. We may wish the world would not stop, but as we all know, wishing does not make it so. Let me put it this way for all of us, including you, Caitlin. We come by this blessing honestly, this blessing that is heartache. We come by it through our mutual willingness to give ourselves to love. And now that we've come to the end of this chapter, we do so drenched in gratitude. And after all, gratitude and love are the best companions to goodbye. At your installation, Caitlin, the congregation's first statement of covenant with you was the following. The congregation said, Reverend Caitlin, we are so happy that you said yes. We promise to do our best to be there for All Souls. We will laugh and we will sing. We will show up for you and we will be honest with you. And in response, you said, with great joy, I will walk this path with you. I promise that I will pay attention to you, noticing when you need support and noticing when you deserve a high five. I promise to do my best to be there for you. And Caitlin, you lived up to this covenant in all that you did. This wonderful congregation, all of you, you did the same. We weren't always as wise as Yoda, which was an explicit admission of our shared congregation at your installation, but we did our best. At your installation, the congregation's hands were laid upon you in an act of sacred trust. Today, Caitlin, we release you from the ministerial covenant that we shared. But we draw the circle wide. You are ever a part of this congregation's history and legacy. We will remain connected by that invisible thread. At this time, I'm going to invite the congregation here in Unity Hall to rise in body and or in spirit. At the conclusion of our services, as you all know, we hold our hearts and we reach out to all that lies beyond as a way of honoring the invisible thread that connects us all. And so I invite you now to hold your hearts and to reach out to Caitlin and her ministry. As I say, we hold you, Caitlin, in our hearts. We reach out to you as we release you to the wider world that we love. Go with our love and our gratitude, and with laughter and singing that says, you shall go out with joy and be led forth with peace. May the ever-present and sacred hum bless you and keep you, Reverend Caitlin. Amen. I invite you. No, come on. Maybe seated. How about it?
Thanks. I'm personally grateful, Caitlin. I've learned so much from you, actually, in all our work together, at the same time as we've had so much fun and meaning. Like some of the conversations and working through things was just an amazing process because of who you are. Yeah, and I think we all feel that. It will be fine, Carolyn. Just you and me figuring things out. So our time with Caitlin is about heartfelt connection. That's putting it mildly. Yet we also understand that without your generosity, Caitlin and her ministry at All Souls, like all of our ministries, would not have been possible. So we are grateful for all of your giving, including during this offering. So please say with me these words as we prepare for the offering. We give to the work of all souls. Our work weaves the fabric of love called community. To this end, we dedicate ourselves and this, our offering. The offering will be gratefully received. sacrifice. Thank you.
Thank you.
And now we invite you to rise in body and or spirit to sing our closing hymn, This Little Light of Mine.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Building up the world, I'm gonna let it shine. Building up the world, I'm gonna let it shine. Building up the world, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Caitlin will extinguish the chalice while we speak these words together. Our service has ended, but our work is not yet done. May our spirits be renewed and our purpose resolved as we meet the challenges of the week. Our chalice flame is extinguished until once again ignited by the strength of our community. Online and here in Unity Hall, I invite you into a gesture of connection. Because sometimes we need reminding of this invisible string that connects us across time and across place. Blessed be this community of faith, and blessed be the circle of possibility that is drawn so generously wide. Today and always, we are all held by both, and so may we go in peace. Let us say amen. 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 Please be seated for the postlude.
You always feel it, Bill. It's just, we are blessed to have Bill and Gary here today. So we're lucky to have two guys who can make one instrument sound like a whole band. So there's really only one announcement today, and that is pick up your kids from the Nashrooms so they can party with us. So
No announcements, but instructions.
directions and instructions.
Yeah. Pick up your kids. And this is where, we are now going to shift into the program and celebration. And how that is going to happen is that all of the chairs in this section of the sanctuary are going to be struck. So it means that if you are sitting in this section, you need to get up, get all the things from underneath, and move over here. Then we have a team of folks who are going to be taking down these chairs, and then the celebration will begin. This will take moments, but it's what we need to do to get the space we need for the celebration. So maybe Bill or Gary, you can play some music in the meantime. Those folks who are in the online pews, go get a cup of coffee and come back. We're going to live stream the program. Okay? All right. Thank you all. It was 15.
glasses of champagne for our ceremonial toast. No idea. She's going to do it, Carolyn. Folks, you're invited to walk over to the kitchen to get your glasses of champagne. We are going to toast Caitlin in style. Oh, I need one.
Getting the walkie-talkie.
Okay. There's also sparkling grape juice. And Nick, would you grab me a, yeah, just champagne. Yeah. There's also sparkling grape juice. Good. The children are ready. The singers are ready. Scott's getting some for me. Thank you. Attention, please. Glasses at the ready. Caitlin. Come on up. Come on up. So I have the honor, my name is Karen Ethia Waring, and as the board president, I have the honor of giving, and the great, frightening thing, but fabulous, of toasting Caitlin. And before I do that, actually, just to explain the rocks, which I thought were bred from my vantage point. For Caitlin's installation, the children wrote down the qualities that they wanted, and they were so right on. Happy and responsible. I mean, they covered everything. It's beautiful. And Caitlin put them on the board so that they could be part of today's service. So that's what those are. And you should come take a look at them. Now, here's to our dear Caitlin. one of the few people who can wear a Mary Poppins costume with barely a hint of irony. Caitlin, whose fierce authenticity is balanced by her gentle grace. Caitlin, who has been a confidant and a haven in our darkest times. We celebrate your 10 years with All Souls, Caitlin. We've soaked in your full-hearted laughter, your beautiful smile, and sweet singing. You've shown us your vulnerability so that we've learned that our tender places are where our treasures are hidden. And now you leave us with your brave example of following the call of your spirit toward the needs of this broken world. And we hope that we can channel some of that courage and wisdom as we move into our own new chapter. Here's to you, Caitlin. May your chips always be crispy and your chocolate bittersweet, and know that you will always remain in our hearts. Cheers.
Oh my God, you're amazing. I love you. Cheers.
And Caitlin, I think we are going to bring up the cake, this beautiful cake, so that you can do the ceremonial first cut.
Oh, wow. Is that what's happening?
I believe so. That's what I heard from Ginny. Oh, it's there. No? Maybe we'll move Caitlin to the cake.
All right.
All right.
That was beautiful. Beautiful. Perfect. Perfect.
Heartfelt.
I know. I know.
So beautiful. So hard.
So hard. So I spoke my sermon to Kate last night, and I hit this one part, and I just ugly cried. And so, and Kate was like, "It's okay. Get it out now."
Right.
Get it out now.
Cake cutting.
Yes. We're going to regather. We're going to regather in the center, so pull your attention back up to the sanctuary, and I'm going to invite Catherine and the choir to come back on up. Yeah. Choir, come on up. Take your places.
Choir, if you can, just join me on the steps as quickly as you can. If you need a spare sheet, let me know.
We're waiting for Betsy to
Yep. Great. Just give me a signal.
I really don't want to miss you.
is just too much of a good thing. Maybe it's time to take a break from the spuds.
Oh my gosh, amazing, amazing. And I'm going to ask Sally McGee to come on up, and Caitlin. And the care team members to be at the ready. Okay. So, parties are nothing without gifts, and so we have a few gifts. So,
Should we do a bowl? Do you want to do the bowl or no?
oh, maybe we'll do the bowl. Yes, the bowl. Caitlin, on behalf of the congregation, we offer you a token of our appreciation and a long and we tried to be secretive about putting together this memory book. So many of the congregation have written down their memories of you, and if you didn't do so yet, there's a few pages left. So it's not too late, but this is for you.
Thank you, Karen.
Thank you. And now the care committee has some other gifts.
I don't know quite where to set that. All right, would the members of the care team come forward, please? Pastoral care and care team, soon to be renamed. Come up on the dais. Okay. Do we have everyone? Okay. Well, good morning again. And from the care team and other members, we have a few extra gifts that we'd like to present to Caitlin. You can't hear me, Mary? Thank you. Is that better? Okay. So in this basket, I have to look because I forget what's what. Oh, well, chocolates, of course.
Thank you.
And a little extra.
Oh, my goodness.
And potatoes. Only the finest. And for dessert, potato chips. Oh, here I go. And then we also have, compiled by the care team,
Oh, my gosh.
a book called, which we've titled Small Comforts, which includes the words to the potato song. some warm thoughts and a few comfort food recipes that we wanted to share with you.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you, Jen. We will miss her, Caitlin, deeply.
Oh my goodness.
I think it's time for these.
Potato chips.
All right, so the care team, Caitlin has worked so closely and carefully with this beautiful care team that we have. They seem to be invisible, but they're not, right? When you need them, they're there. And now, the gardeners are going to lead us in a dance. And the dance will be done twice because we want to make sure that we can get everybody into the circle. So Sid and Lynette, where are you? There's Sid, okay. And I'm turning it over to him. There we go.
Go ahead. Okay. There's a large crowd here. Difficult to do this dance, but we're going to do half of it, if we can, half at a time. So if half of the people here, just, we could count off 1, 2, but just make a big circle in this area. Okay. People on this side, form a big circle. We'll do the dance, and then people that are sitting can come over and do it again. Appropriate, they did that song from Fiddler, because the dance we're going to do is from Israel also, and it's called Nagunatik. And it was written, its translation is Old Melody, but it doesn't, I don't know why, but that's what they call the song. I look back, it's originated in 1955, and it's a wedding dance done at a wedding. The wedding couple sits in the center, but in this case, we're going to have Carolyn and her whole family sitting here. So I need 5 chairs in the middle. Caitlin. Wow. 5 chairs. Let me get 5 chairs. Where are they all? There we go. Good. Yep. Every other way facing. 5 chairs. Okay.
So I guess there's 6 of us. Let's see. 4, 5, 6 of us.
6 of us. 1 more chair. 1 more chair. Okay. Now, normally the wedding couple's in the center, but now we're having the whole family in thanks for allowing us to share Caitlin for 10 years. So we're going to bless all of you. And the wedding dance is to call attention from heaven to invoke blessings on the wedding couple. But in this case, it'll be thanks and blessings to her family. So you're going to face the line of dance, which is facing left. You don't have to hold hands. Facing line of dance goes counterclockwise. Counterclockwise? Yeah, this way. Okay. How can I? Okay. You're going to take 4 steps, starting with your left foot. And at the end of those 4 steps, you will be on your left foot. So I'm starting with the right foot, and you'll end up on your left foot. So just take 4 steps forward, starting with the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now your right foot is free, so you're going to step out of the line of dance and clap twice. And then step with your left foot into the center and clap once. So, and you do that 4 times. So it's right, left, step out, clap twice, step in, clap once. 1, 2, 3, 4, step out and in, And you do that 4 times. Then the music changes, and you turn toward the center, and you walk toward the center 4 steps, starting with the left foot. It's step, snap, step, snap. You're calling attention to heaven. Look at us here. Pay attention. And then send down lesson. So 1, snap, 2, snap, raising your hands up, and then back, lowering your hands. 1, snap, 2, snap, back, 2, 3, 4. 1, step, 2, step, back, 2, 4. Okay? All right, now the hold for this, instead of holding hands, is called a pancake hold. So the person, put your left hand on your left shoulder. The person behind you will put that right hand on your hand. Turn your hand over. And you put your hand up on there. It's called a pancake hold. Okay, ready? Ready with the music? Okay, starting with the right foot, 4 steps. Let me add also, we did this at a couple of weddings, and when people came in, this circle is too big, but when people came in, they touched the wedding couple as they. So, when the music starts, there's 3 or 4 beats and then the music, then you start moving. Go. 2, 3, 4. Okay, if we get the others want to do it, and if the circle's not big enough, you can do it again, those who already did it. This will be a smaller circle, maybe.
So, I think, are we good?
Looks like it. Okay. Good.
That
Thank
was
you all.
beautiful. That was lovely. Wow. Woo, thank you, Sid. All right. So,
Thank the planning committee.
Yeah. I want to thank the planning committee for putting together such an amazing celebration of our lovely, wonderful Caitlin. And if they would please come on up. This chair.
Ginny Campbell.
Ginny Campbell, Claire Avento, Kathy Spindler, and Betsy Fox. Come on up. And Caitlin, the gifts keep coming. So there's one more gift for you. So John Sargent painted a painting for you.
Oh my God.
Can she open it? Oh, yay, good, because I want to see, I haven't seen it.
No, I meant like, I think I'm in there.
Or at least to re-record.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, beautiful. John, that's gorgeous. Oh. So lovely. So, oh, no, and there's more. There's more. Betsy, do you want to come up?
Darling, here she is. Okay, I just wanted to announce, oops, here I am, little voice, big voice.
Even bigger.
Bigger voice. Okay. We just wanted to bring to your attention the fact that the gifts that were presented by Ginny Campbell were in that lovely, so I call it the bucket.
Yeah.
But she made that.
Oh my God.
And she made it to duplicate the colors of our sky.
Wow.
And I wanted to be sure everyone knew that because it was a lovely thing to do.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's Ginny. Yeah, is that pretty?
All right. And we're going to set out the feast. Sorry, we're setting out food. All right.
And now, the feast is being set out. You're invited to join in the feast to celebrate Caitlin.